Hello friends, I am Vidya Patil, Assistant Professor, Department of Mechanical Engineering in Sharad Institute of Technology, Polytechnic, Yadrao. Today we are going to continue our first unit of internal combustion engine for the subject Power Engineering and Refrigeration. In this session, we are going to cover the fuel injection pump and the types of fuel injection pump like inline fuel injection pump and rotary fuel injection pump. First we see the fuel injection pump. Okay, the fuel injection pumps are used to pump the fuel from fuel tank to the fuel injectors. The function of the fuel injection pump is to pump or create the regular flow to the engine on certain fixed time. The fuel injection pump is precisely delivered fuel and maintains the rhythm or timing that delivered fuel to keeps the engine running smooth condition. The pump also control the amount of fuel needed to gain the desired power, and the injection pump does the throttle and the ignition system needed in the gasoline engines. Here in this figure we can see here there is a first fuel comes from the fuel tank where the fuel is stored, and from fuel tank through the water trapped lift pump and fuel filters fuel comes into the fuel injection pump, and fuel injection pump takes the fuel from fuel tank and supply to the fuel injectors, and fuel injectors then supply fuel to the engine combustion chamber. In this figure we see the supply of fuel from fuel tank to the engine combustion chamber. Now we see the various types of the fuel injection pumps. First is the inline fuel injection pump, second is the rotary fuel injection pump, and third is a common rail diesel. First we see the inline fuel injection pump. Here in this figure we see the inline fuel injection pump. There are various small components are also mentioned here which is used in inline fuel injection pump. That is, for example, delivery valve holder, filler piece, delivery valve springs, pump barrel, delivery valves, also control helix, pump plunger, control sleeves. Okay, these all small components are also each and every component is mentioned here. Here in this figure also we see the fuel come from this fuel tank to the first fuel transfer pump, and then goes to the fuel filter, and after fuel filter filtering fuel goes to the FIP fuel injection pump, and that fuel injection pump transferred fuel to the engine. Okay, this is fuel system inline pump. Now we see the working of this system. Here before see working, we discuss about some electronically controlled injection pumps that are inline and distributor type. Okay, the diesel engines use this inline and distributor pumps, and the start of this injection in the conventional inline element is determined by the instant when the top of the plunger covers the bypass or spill ports. This end of the delivery occurs when the helical slot or a groove on the plunger uncovers these ports. The start of this delivery is fixed, but the end of the delivery is depend upon the amount of fuel to be delivered. In case of this system, there is a electronically controlled system is used, that is ECU unit is used there, which will control the sleeve, which can be moved up and down by the actuator, which is controlled by that actuator is controlled by ECU, electronic control unit. That ECU determines the amount of fuel to be injected depend on the throttle position. Okay, throttle position and also engine speed and other parameters. Once this is obtained, the control sleeve is positioned so that the required quantity of fuel can be injected, and the timing of the injection is still done mechanically. In inline pump, governors are used, and that are mechanically governors are the mechanical systems. Okay, and these basically alter the injected fuel quantity of the pump so that the engine speed can be maintained. The mechanical governor is used which senses the engine speed through the use of fly weights. In addition, the speed of the governor also puts the limit on the maximum fuel delivery depending on the engine operating and ambient condition. And if the fuel supply excesses just before the starting, that time also governor controls that supply of fuel, and the fuel delivery has to be controlled based on the turbocharger outlet conditions. The governor has to also limit the maximum speed and ensure stable idling operation also. Here in same working is for the inline. Here the working is written here that plunger and plunger sieves are very precise parts, and they are used in this inline pump, and there is an inclined slot on the body of the plunger, and that sucks the suction on the plunger sleeve. Thus, this suction is filled with that diesel fuel or any SI or CI engine. That fuel is sucked into that plunger sleeve, and this diesel fuel flow into the plunger sleeve when the inclined slot of the plunger is on the suction. The plunger is then pushed higher by the camshaft, and when it reaches some certain height, the inclined slot will stretch away from the suction and the latter will be closed. In this situation, the diesel fuel or any other fuel cannot move anymore while the plunger rising higher and pressing the diesel fuel. Once the pressure on the fuel reaches a certain range, then the one-way valve will be pushed open. Hence, the fuel will flow through the fuel injection nozzle and enter into the cylinder combustion chamber. Also, power source is needed when the operating fuel injection pumps, and cams at the lower part of the pump are driven by the crankshaft gears of the engine. The plunger is the key component of the fuel injection pump. That taking medical injectors as an example, then the removable plug is similar to that of the plunger, and the cylinder can be called as a plunger sleeve. Okay, this assembling a spring inside the cylinder on side of the plunger, therefore the other side will touch the camshaft and plunger will move up and down inside the plunger sleeves. Each time the camshaft rotate for one round, and this is the basic motion of the fuel injection pump plunger. Now we see the advantages of inline fuel injection pump. These are the atomization is good, better fuel flow, smoother ideal, improved fuel economy, also lower emission, better cold weather derivability, also used for heavy vehicles like buses and heavy trucks, and increase the engine power and simple in maintenance. But there are two or three disadvantages of also for the inclined fuel injection pump is that there are many plungers are used. Okay, it has many plungers according to the number of injectors, and the size is large for so many plungers are used there, and so its working performance is not better than rotary fuel injection pump. Now we see the rotary fuel injection pump. In rotary pump have only one fuel metering plunger. Only one is plunger is used, and spring rotary makes the hydraulic connections with the different ports on the distributor head. Here in this figure we see here there is a electromagnetic shut-off valves, various valves, camshaft, cam plate, governor assembly, pressure control valve assembly is shown in this figure. There are some components of the rotary fuel injection system are listed here, that are drive shaft, feed pump, feed plunger, solenoid switch, governor, that different conditions for the governor, that is starting condition, idling condition, full load, maximum speed condition, and also partial load condition, and also timer and vent type fuel supply pumps are used. Also roller and cam plate, ports and control sleeves are also used in rotary fuel injection system. In this figure we can see the schematic diagram for this rotary fuel pump system. Now we see the distributor type fuel pump. Okay, in this distributor type fuel pump we can see here there is a schematic diagram for this distributor type fuel injection pump. Here we can see here there is a inlet port at section AA, and in section BB we see here there is a outlet port, and at the middle there is a rotor is situated at the middle position, and also here we see there is a plunger is used, and there is a central passage for the inlet. Port A is connected to the central passage, and here the central passage is also connected to the outlet port B here. In this fuel distribution to the cylinders is achieved by a rotor, and the rotor has a central passage and two sets of the radial holes. One set is for the radial hole A is connected to the pump inlet to the central passage, and the other set of the radial hole B is connected to the delivery line and injectors to various cylinders. Here the number of radial holes on each side equal to the number of cylinders of the engine, and these holes are located at different heights. Here we can see here. Also, when the pump plungers move away from each other, the fuel from the inlet port A is drawn into the center passage, and it is then delivered via the outlet port B to the cylinder corresponding to the passage coinciding with the outlet port. This type of pump is small in size and light in weight compared to the other types of the injection pump. Now we see the advantages of rotary fuel injection pump and disadvantages of rotary fuel injection pump. That are same, that is atomization is better than inline pump due to the higher pressure, and a better fuel flow than inline pump. Also running is smooth and lower emission than inline, and also single plunger is only required here. In inline there are so many plungers are used there, and in better fuel economy than the inline pump, and also small in size. And disadvantages is its working performance is less as compared to than a CRDI engine, and its maintenance cost is so high and not maintained easily, and not suitable for all vehicles, and it is mostly used in cars and light trucks. Okay, in this session we cover the fuel injection pump and inline fuel injection pump and rotary fuel injection pump. Okay, thank you.